What is real? How do you define real?
Like everyone else, you were born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
The Fashion Matrix Podcast with Pablo Mentor.
Wake up and be free.
Yeah, what's cracking, y'all? What's really going on? This is how we do it up here in Fashion Matrix Reveal. What's going on, y'all? Shit, this is Pablo Mentor from the Fashion Matrix Podcast. I have the man, the legend, the myth, the Anunnaki himself, Mr. Brian Cassella, aka El Compita. What's going on, man?
Come on, man. You can't be telling people I'm reptilian. You can't be revealing the truth. You can't expose the truth.
Man, exposing Brian Cassella. So wait, hold on, people. Today's episode is about exposing the truth about Brian Cassella. Y'all want to know why?
Hold on. Wait a minute. I got my real partner over here.
You got my real partner. Reading some good entertainment right here. Yeah. The truth about Brian Cassella, why he's making so much goddamn money, is because he has connection with the Illuminati, reptilian, with the Syrian A and Syrian B constellation. Shit. Let me get my blue blockers, brother. You know, what's going on, man?
I'm literally in contact with the forces that govern reality. So yes.
God, I can't take this nigga for real, man. Shit. All right, man. So I wanted to bring Brian Cassella back here, my brother, my real partner over here, because we have an announcement and we want to make a podcast to talk about it a little bit, and then we have a couple of announcements actually. But before we tell you motherfuckers what's going on, let me reintroduce him. I want him to tell you what's going on with him, because man, this motherfucker keeps growing and growing and growing. And if you're not inspired by him, by watching his stuff, then there's something wrong with you, man. So what's going on, man?
Yeah, if you're not inspired, then you're just a fucking NM. But we'll save that for another episode. Maybe we'll reveal to the world one day, you know, what NM is and its origins, but we'll see. Possibly, right? We'll see. Maybe at the event.
Maybe.
Yeah, man. So with me, you know, things have been moving full force. Obviously, I've just, you know, because I'm always looking to upgrade and do better. You know, I've like I shared with you, I haven't released it yet, but like I redid my website. I hired a whole marketing team to restructure everything. I've rebranded a lot of my online stuff. Like Modern Success now is called Distinguished Agent. The tier 2 of Modern Success is now called Limitless. I have like a new business person, entrepreneur / real estate agent starter pack for people who maybe are lower on money. It's a new package I put together. So I'm doing a lot, but where I stepped up, and this has been a focus of mine the last couple of months, is really making sure for my organization, my team, or anything that I'm involved with, bringing on the right people and always looking for talented people to bring on, right? And I think a lot of people get so caught up sometimes and, well, you know, I'm self-made, I don't need anybody. Well, that's cool, but eventually everybody piggybacks off someone else. You partner with people, you learn from somebody else. Like, you don't really do it alone, you know?
Yeah.
So I've really just extended and changed and altered kind of my mindset, and it's really about bringing more people on, aligning with the right people, making the right connections. And you know, I'm hiring a staff right now. So far I have 2 people, but I want to hire 10 salespeople to really push, you know, my online stuff and really sell it and push people to these calls and sell them the product and the courses that they need, because that's the next level of taking this thing and scaling it from making very good money to fuck you money, you know?
Yeah, man, that's absolutely amazing, because on the process of it, you're not just helping yourself, but other people by building them, their mindset. And also, man, the fact that I love this, because you're taking the time to train them. So the next level is not just making it more money and you growing and your brand growing, but you're helping other people grow. And that's fucking amazing, man. I admire that from you. And that's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep the momentum, man. Never stop.
Oh, yeah, can we recommend the book? Can we recommend the book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy? It's really an amazing book. It's going to really affect the way you think. in a positive
In a
way.
positive way, bro. Yeah. No, that's amazing. I mean, people hearing this shit, it's really amazing. You guys gotta be inspired by this individual, man. This is amazing. And that's why I always love doing collaborations with him, with you, bro. Because it's either online, on a webinar, or on a live in-person event. Fucking love it because the level of energy and freedom that we bring to the table, it's something that you've never seen before. If you've never been to one of our events, or if you've never listened to one of our podcasts or something that we've done together, it's absolutely amazing, man. And that's why I love doing this shit with you, man, because it's rare to find people with that mindset, but not just the mindset, also the action part. And that's fucking amazing, man. So, should we talk about this shit or not?
Yeah, hold on. Let me go close my. It might look like silk, my curtains, but it's nylon.
This is the finest. This is the best. God. Man, I gotta go hook up with that man. Shit. I want to bring him to the goddamn podcast. The MC the P. What was the name?
Maxi the pimp.
Maxi the Pimp. Shout out to Maxi the Pimp. So, we're teaming up again to make an event. All right. This event is going to be called Metamorphosis. It is something that Brian and I have experienced on our own. And before I actually start to talk about it, you brought out something that remind me of why we're doing what we're doing. People saying that I'm self-made. It sounds cool, right? But I think it's pure fucking ego. Wouldn't you agree? It's like, oh yeah, I'm self-made and I did it all on my own. I don't need anybody. Man, that's fucking bullshit, man. You do need some other people. That's straight up. You just need the right people, right? Yeah. But individuals like Brian or myself or other friends of Brian and other friends of mine, we have paid coaches and mentors to teach us what we're doing right now, right? We have paid our dues, not just money, but the actual being there, showing up, paying attention, paying proper attention, because we were at events where we were paying attention, the teacher was speaking, our mentor was speaking, and then other motherfuckers were just like, well, and making jokes and whatever. So that, I mean, yeah, you can pay for the fucking event, but if you're going there and you don't pay any attention or you don't apply what you're learning, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Right. So that's actually how I met Brian. That's how Brian and I met, because we were following we had the same mentor, and we were applying the shit that our mentor was teaching. We were actually applying it. And that's why our mentor saw us, right? He saw me, he saw you, and he was like, hey, you motherfuckers are doing something. Why don't you come over here and speak at my event? So when interview, and I want you to further develop this idea that people that say, I'm self-made and it's bullshit, you're not self-made, or to a certain extent, you can actually be self-made. But people need a team. Right? Like you're doing, you're building a team, and people need to show up at events of these types, Modern Success events, or the Metamorphosis event that we're doing. When you actually hire, or I don't want to say hire, when you approach a mentor, when you approach a coach, someone who has been there, who has walked the talk, your game just completely changes, man. That's it for me.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot I can say about that. You know, aside, you can say that you're alone. Like when I was knocking on the doors and making the calls, yeah, that relies on me 100%. But you know, if you look at like a script that you got and you were a salesperson, well, you didn't make that script, so you needed somebody else for the script right there, right? Or if you create your own script, well, what style and what lessons and techniques are you using to build the script? Well, you have to learn that from somebody else too, right? So very quickly, as you start looking outside of just, okay, well, me taking the action, other people are going to be involved in this process, right? And it's foolish to think that we're 100% entirely self-made. I think the people who are more open, and you have to be careful with this too, because as an example, right? Somebody will go online on Facebook. Oh man, you know, I need help with sales. What do I do? And then all these random motherfuckers that don't know shit about sales, like, oh, you need to do this and make sure you wear the power tie and then use this script and make sure you say, hello, how are you? And they give all this, like literally just in like right, left field, random advice that someone told them that's just passed down, right? So even within this, there has to be a strategy, but you need to find the people that know the information or exhibit the qualities, techniques, belief systems, philosophies, lifestyle, fill in the blank that you want, right? Because then it becomes real. Then you're learning directly from the source, and you can take it and you can apply it, right? There's no fluff, there's no opinion, there's no, well, maybe. It's, hey, this person has what I want, or let me give you some examples. This person speaks in a way that I like to speak like, boom, I'm going to go to him. This person is a phenomenal salesman. I'm going to learn from him. This person seems to have a freedom, you know, in their life and in their thought process and their way of being that I would like. I'm going to go to them. This person has confidence. Wow. Okay. I'm going to learn from them, right? Yeah. This person is a phenomenal guitar player. I want to learn from him. I mean, I can keep giving you examples, but this is what you do. You don't buy the guitar and then say, I'm going to walk around my neighborhood. Hey, how do I get better at playing the guitar? No, I find the dude who's good. Or let's say you have multiple options. Well, which one do you like the most? Yeah. Which one do you connect with the most? Which one do you align with the most? I don't know, right? But that's where you need to go, because anything other than that to me is foolish. You're looking at this. When you pay these dues, and in many cases now, because it's, I think, the cleanest and simplest form of exchange, money or currency, right, for the service to learn. This is effectively why people need to look at it differently. Let's say somebody comes to me and they want to learn about door knocking as an example, right? I'm somebody who's, and I've calculated, I think I've door knocked more than 100,000 doors over my career.
Damn.
Right? Somewhere around that, right? If it's less, it's barely, right? So the way I look at it, and I would present it to somebody and say, look, let's say I charge you thousands of dollars to teach you. Let's say I'm going to teach you everything I know for $5,000, right? Think about it. I would ask that person, oh, well, Brian, I'm hesitant. 5,000 is a lot of money. Fair question. How long would it take you to knock 100,000 doors? They wouldn't even know where to start. Yep. Right? They wouldn't know where to start. So I tell them, do you want to exchange the $5,000 to get this information from the best source? Or do you want to go through the learning curve 100% on your own and be self-made and take all that time? Right? Now, unless you're a glutton for punishment, no, I'm going to do the 100,000 doors. Then you can do that route. But again, if you're going to be a smart businessman and use your logical mind, in this case, it would make sense. Now, if you don't have the 5,000, you figure it out. You say, okay, you know what? I'm going to make a sale and get the 5,000 and then come back to you. That's fine. But that's what you're looking at here, right? So it's not like, well, if I don't pay the 5,000, I'll still get it. Okay, maybe you will, but you're going to make a lot of mistakes and it's going to take you infinitely longer. Yeah. Same thing with me with sports. If I could have had the opportunity to pay Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan to teach me, you best bet I would have done it.
Fuck yeah.
For sure. If I had that opportunity, but they would have charged me 100,000, right? I didn't have that money. But had I been older, oh, fuck yeah, I would have done it. So that's just some of the things, bro, that comes down to this topic, because people look at it the wrong way. And because I think, and this is the last point, you go on YouTube and, you know, the last couple of years, man, it's just been all drama. Oh, this person's a scammer. Oh, paying for anything is a scam. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like all these nerds that sit in their mom's homes just want to get views by bashing everybody. Now, if somebody's fake, yes, call them out, because that's bullshit. You shouldn't scam people. But to say you can get everything for free is stupid. It's stupid, because the only thing I can remember that's free, but it's not free, would be back in the day. If I wanted to be like a top warrior, I have to dedicate my life to this mentor, but you best believe you're going to be paying the fucking price. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nothing is free. And I fucking hate that. You know, if even people saying, or, you know, the so-called spiritual wokesters, all that bullshit, when I've seen memes that not everything on earth was free until the man came and started. Like, shut the fuck up. Nothing is free, man. Even if you want to take a life to eat, you still have to pay your dues. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to fucking hunt back in the day. You know, you take some of it and you give something. It's the law of exchange. Now, like Brian said, what we're currently using as a universal form of value is money. Is the moolah, the green paper, you know what I'm saying? But it's, you have to pay. People that say that, man, I feel you. It's completely stupid, idiotic. Like, what the fuck do you think life is gonna occur to you just like that, and you don't have to do shit? You don't even have to wake up in the morning and eat. No, you know, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, Pablo, you got to teach me everything about image consulting and image.
I don't do anything.
Pay you, just give it to me. I
don't want to read. I don't want to get outside of my bed. I don't want to do nothing, man. I just want it. It's stupid, man. Yeah, you're right. People have to look at it differently when we're talking about paying your dues. It's either money, attention, energy, something, you're always paying. There's always a form of exchange, always. And people need to understand this. Now, we charge, and we charge not even a lot of money, man, because what we could be charging way more money, but we do it because we know that in the psychology, in the subconscious mind of someone, if we tell them, hey, just come for free, and this is going to be a life-changing event, they're going to look at it as whatever, man. So on the one hand, they say free is the best, right? Because you can get anything for free. Okay, come to my event for free. Yeah. Oh man, this is bullshit, man. They're probably gonna say a lot of stupid things that I already know.
Even that, bro. If we held it for free, we would still have to pay for the venue and everything else. So we're still paying out of pocket. There again, just to reiterate, there is no free.
No, and you're still gonna have to pay. For example, the example that you made. If you want to charge $5,000 to someone so you can teach him everything, even if he doesn't want to pay you, he's still gonna spend that amount of money. Maybe not all at once, but because he's gonna, take his car or buy some shoes, buy a suit, I don't know, food. So at the end of the day, he's still gonna fucking spend the $5,000 throughout maybe 1 year or maybe less. I don't know. But people don't look at it like that. And this is something that I picked up from you from the very beginning, very early stages of our friendship, that you see everything very analytically. And I remember I got that from you. Like, okay, man, you're spending this much money on, I don't know, toilet paper. Just save up on that bullshit. And that's how much money you're going to spend right now for this event, right? Yeah. For going to, I don't know, someplace. So people, if they start seeing how they're spending their money on bullshit things, on Starbucks coffee, on some vegan bullshit, some vegan treats, or it doesn't have to be vegan, right? It could be anything. Man, I want to spend on some chips, or I want to go to the fucking restaurant. Yeah, it's beautiful. You can do all that shit. But if you really want to take it to the next level and change your life and create transformation for the better, then how about you, I don't want to say save, but just redirect that money that you're already going to spend and put it into something new. Because I made this post, and I think you made a similar post as well, that if you want something new, you got to do you got to become someone new, right? You want new things, you got to do new things. You got to start making new shit. You got to become someone new. But yeah, man, I think people say all. Go ahead.
Real quick, I just want to let people know, not only do I think analytically, I also think very metaphorically, very conversationally. I'm also like a sideways thinker, lateral thinker, big thinker, sometimes a small thinker.
Man, so yeah, because this is something that I also see a lot of people talking about, that the coaches, because there's a lot of coaches right now in the world, right? Everyone knows, everyone is a consultant, everyone is a coach. So, and I see this a lot, man. People on their videos saying, they ask them, oh, so where did you get your information? Who did you learn it from? Oh, I learned it from no one. I just got it from the gods or whatever the fuck. They just make bullshit, they make shit up because they're afraid of giving proper recognition to their mentors. Yep. Like it's gonna make them look lesser for some fucking reason. And this is actually wrong. I wouldn't be who I am right now if I didn't have my mentors, man. Straight up, I always give them thanks, whether I like them or not. I wouldn't be who the fuck I am without my fucking mentors, man. I owe almost everything to them, and of course myself as well. So that's why we do this type of things, man, because we know that we are for the strong people, because the people that come to our events, they're not always like the beginners, right? Sometimes people come that are on a higher level. Yeah. And that's how you know that when you can take it, or you are in the presence of someone who knows, when you spend money to better yourself, right? Yeah. That's how you know that you are a successful person. That's how you know it. It doesn't matter the level that you're on. But when you approach someone to learn an event, or even a fucking YouTube video or whatever, you take yourself, you strip all your bullshit armor and say, man, I want to learn. I really want to learn. What's up? So yeah, I'm going to go to this event, and I'll make no excuses. Oh man, we love that type of people, because that's the type of people that really fucking make it. And we've seen it. People that came to one event of ours that were maybe kind of shot, and then boom, they just fucking exploded. We love seeing that. So that's why I love making these events, because it's really for everyone, and it's really for the people that have something to say in this world, that are gonna make something of themselves, economically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I don't know, in all aspects of life, man. So you're gonna say something?
Yeah, man. We also already created a webinar link. So if any of you listen to this, you can message Pablo or I, and we'll share it with you as well. I'm sure he'll put it in the description of the video. I'll send it to him. I'll post it in my link tree. It'll be available, and we're going to do it next Tuesday, but we'll cover that more later. A couple things you brought up, right? Number one, I can't fucking stand when people don't give credit. Like, the whole, and I understand it, because there's some things that, yes, I have not gotten and that I created, or inspiration, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Some stuff, but I can't say everything, right? Like, you can't say the baseline information of a lot of things, right? But I have heard people say, oh, did you get that from that book? Every once in a while, I'm like, well, no, that's just kind of like a conclusion I came to myself. And I'll say, oh, so-and-so said that in this book. Okay, cool. He must have come to the same conclusion. But, you look at us, you don't see that. Like, fuck, man, I've interviewed Pablo, Arash, and all these other people on my channel. I've shared their shit 24/7. I still send people to them to fucking do their coaching and programs and all that shit. I've had Pablo be a guest fucking speaker on my coaching program, I don't know how many times now, at my fucking events. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why you would, if you do that, you're an actual fraud. If you do that, like, you're not a good human being if you do that. You're just not, right? That already, because I've seen it. I've seen even people in industries close to mine or in mine follow my shit, sometimes almost copy it, get a little bit of a following, then unfollow me, claim they built it all themselves. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, number one, it's obvious, but number two, you look like a fucking idiot. Stupid. Same thing. And the second point, right? Because it's just foolish, bro. But that, if you guys are ever going to get a gauge for who are bad people, those are bad people, right? Those are the people, when you give them power, they abuse it, right? Speaking about money, right? You need to, and I forget what word Pablo used, right? The word that I use is prioritize where you're going to invest your money, right? And really take a look and say, okay, not where would I like to spend this money? No, what has to be bought? What has to be invested in, right? So there's a lot, right? Sliding, because sometimes I pay tens of thousands for events. Sometimes I even geek out about a $10 purchase like this. Obviously, this is fake leather. It's not real leather. I don't want people to get mad at me, right? Journals, right? I take notes. I love buying shit like this, man. With this one has like a tree design. The other one I have is like Egyptian hieroglyphics. The other one's a dragon, like you saw him, Pablo. Whoa. I love that shit.
Dragon one is fucking amazing.
But I love putting pen to paper, and that's a priority to me. So spending my money on stuff like this is fucking, I love it. And if somebody suggests something to me, I'll do it. Same thing with some of the clothes that I get, right? Like every time Pablo comes, we usually do a revamp of the wardrobe or add to it. But if I'm out, even if I'm not thinking shopping, I see a good shirt or pants, I'm like, I'm buying it. Let's go. And then I'll send it to him like, yo, I found a good one. But again, that's a priority for me. It's not like I don't give a shit that I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy a shirt today. No, obviously it's here. It's the same thing. If I find talented people, I'm going to get in a conversation. No, this person's talented. It's a priority. If I didn't care about attracting, even being friends with talented people, I wouldn't care. I would just be like, oh, okay. And then talk to them and then move on, or not talk to them at all. But when it's a priority, right? It now comes to the forefront of your mind, and it's something that you see, you experience, right? What did Anthony Robbins call it? The reticular activating system, the RAS. Yeah. Just like when you buy a fucking yellow car, now you see all the yellow cars because you're focused on it, right?
Yeah.
It's just so important. So when an event like this comes, or another one, the last thing in my mind is how much is it? It's more like, oh shit, like who's going to be there and what is it going to be about? That's what's driving the decision for me. Not like, oh my God, it's $1,000. Oh, I'm not going to do that. No way. Because then you turn like, exactly. You turn into like the people that would criticize me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to an event. And then whatever I paid, they would complain. Oh my God, you paid $50. Oh my God, you paid $5,000 for an event. Oh my God, I would never do that. Cool. That's why you're you and I'm me. Fucking, exactly. You know what I mean? So, and those same people now are like, wait, what event did you go to? Because I need to go to. now they see years later that they're in the same fucking spot or worse, and we're moving ahead. So again, if this is one of the first ones for you or the first one, of course this decision is gonna, for this or any event that you would want to go to, is gonna be uncomfortable because you've never done it. This
Yeah.
isn't a normal thing for you. It's never going to be like, you know, you go to click and it's going to, oh, and all the sun's going to come out and, you know, there's going to be a rainbow. It's like, oh, now's the time. I need to sign up, dude. Right. I mean, shit, even the first time that I spent $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, I was a little bit uncomfortable when I signed up for the event, but it goes away the moment you sign up because you're like, yo, let's do it. Now, moving forward, he brought it up. You pay for something, you show up different. If me and him post up here in Miami and we do a free networking event, we'll have 55, 100 people RSVP, 15 will show up, 5 of the 15 will show up late, and then it's whatever. If we do an event where we charge, let's say 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000, everybody's on time, sitting at attention, notepad and pen ready, asking a ton of questions, engaging, and really there in the moment, aware. Those are the motherfuckers we want. And those are the people you want in your fucking life too. But you settle for the motherfuckers that show up late because you want to have a free fucking event. Right? Now, do I do free events still? Of course.
Yeah.
But the point is, it will draw out something different from you and you will show up different the moment you invest in yourself, because you're not spending money, you're investing in yourself.
Exactly, you're investing. You know, I'll start wrapping this up because I don't want to give too much. That's why we're doing a free webinar this Tuesday. I will leave the link in the description, and I will be probably you'll hear from me because I will be reaching out to all of you guys, people that follow me, or just send me a message if I don't know you, or if I don't send you a message, right? Send me a message if you're interested, because it's going to be free this Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Miami time. Ya tú sabes, dale. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what the event is going to be about. It's called Metamorphosis. The focus is on transformation. This is something that we've experienced on our own. We had initiations, we had transformations, you know, the firewalk. Shit, I was thinking maybe even doing that shit, man, the firewalk. Damn, you know what I'm saying? We do things to the extreme. We take it to the extreme because it's the thing that sticks in your mind, you know. And something that you said reminded me that one of the events that I went from Arash, it was more than 30,000 pesos. Okay, I live in Mexico City, right? I'm Mexican. I don't even know how much, like, it was like 1,800 or something like that.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it was like, God damn, I'm spending a lot of goddamn shit. I didn't have that money. And I told him, I'm like, hey, dude, I don't have the fucking amount of money, shit. And he was like, man, let's fucking figure it out, man. Pay me something right now, and then maybe in payments, but commit to something. So that's something that you people forget about, to talk, to voice it out. If you really want to come, you'll fucking figure it out. You'll fucking figure it out, right? Because you always figure, when you want something, you don't make excuses. You find a way, or you make a way. So you can take your mama's credit card or something. I mean, I don't know. There's always a fucking way. Well, I went there, and man, those type of events and other ones, they stick with you for the rest of your fucking life. Even till this day. To this day. I remember these events, these immersive events, because that's what you want to do. It's not just talking and being pretty and, you know, looking phenomenal with my gun, with my fucking suits. We do things that make you feel uncomfortable. All right, we do things that it's outside of the box. You're not gonna get these from random people, from any other fucking coach, because it's things that you're like, oh shit, am I really gonna do this shit? Oh yeah, you're really gonna do that shit. And then I guarantee you 100%, 1 month, 2 months, maybe a fucking year, 2 years from that event, you'll be like, oh man, this was the best thing I've ever done in my life. Because then all of a sudden, when you actually need it, boom, it kicks in. Oh shit, I remember what Brian told me. And now I'm going through this exact same scenario that Brian showed me on this event. And now I'm in it. I'm experiencing it. And now I have the tools to navigate through this experience in in quotes, the real world, right? So imagine that you all have watched the movie The Matrix, when there's the white room, when they load everything that they needed. Imagine that that's our event, right? We go into the white room and we show you everything in a safe environment, everything that you're going to need for when you're, in quotes, in the real world. And shit, if I would have started this when I was younger, man, a lot of things would have happened differently. Like, I would be, Tony Robbins would be, I don't know, shining my shoes and something like that.
I'd be living in the frisserie era, but you over here working at Brothers Barbecue.
Barbecue. But yeah, man. So I don't want to give too much because remember this Tuesday we're gonna have a free webinar, and then just a reminder that the event is on July, the first and 2nd of July. It's a 2-day event. One day is gonna be at Brian's office, right? And we're gonna talk, and it's gonna be recorded, and it's gonna be online as well. And then the second day is gonna be at a surprise venue, It's gonna be a surprise, right? It's gonna be a surprise, and yeah, man, that's it's better if you go in person. I guarantee you that it's gonna be way better if you're there in person. But it's also gonna be recorded, so yeah. And
so if you're looking for a more real and phenomenal experience compared to ayahuasca and DMT and all that stuff, then this is it.
Yeah, this is the pre of all that shit before all these things started to get famous, and like everyone talks about, oh, have you done ayahuasca? And they man, we'll talk about this how many times? You know the story, right? There's a person that has done 50 ayahuasca ceremonies. 50, brother. 50, carajo. And he's still a pendeja, pretty much. I mean, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So before this whole thing became mainstream, there were exercises that would create the same result, but it's just the harder, or it's the path of the
warrior,
or the monk, if that makes sense, right? And it's not as easy as just drinking something and then boom, all of a sudden, oh, there it is, enlightenment. No, so we're gonna show you like the real thing without any psychedelics, without any of these mainstream things from the wokesters, and you're gonna get it even better, man, because then you'll have the technique, the actual technique, rather than just some shot or smoking some shit, right?
Yeah, because that's the bullshit way to do it, and it'll be like Ace Ventura, right? There it is, you just achieved it.
No. All right, man. So anything that you want to say to wrap it up?
Yeah, come to the webinar. Come to the webinar. We really didn't cover exactly what we're going to do with the event, but specifically for the webinar, we'll probably do 2, I think, maybe 3 before, and like make it a weekly thing. But it's definitely going to be impactful because these are longer events and they're 2 days versus just 1. So you'll definitely leave with a lot for sure.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Register for the webinar, the free webinar this Tuesday. And that's it for me. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. We'll see you.
All right, then, baby. You want to know how I ride, huh? You want to know how BC ride?
Damn! That's my shit.
When I uncover the lowrider, I'm going to do that. Bow!
You like it, huh? Uh-huh.
How you like that shit? That's a fine and dandy motherfucker, ain't it?
That's my shit.
Sitting on Dayton's, baby. Gold motherfucking Dayton.
You do have gold dates, right?
Nah, they're chrome. They're not gold.
Shit.
They're Dayton's, though. They are Dayton's.
Damn. All right, brother. See you on the flip side, brother. What's up with it? See y'all.